absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
I do think that worked. Shannon Bostic and everyone, welcome Brittany Davis. And then we had, and I did not get the chance to practice her name. So if the other woman that just joined us, yes, in the beautiful striped shirt. How do I pronounce your name?
It's Ezawani.
Ezawani?
Ezawani, yes.
Ezawani. And is it Abby?
Yes, Abby. You have that.
Abby. Ezawani Abby. Okay, perfect. Welcome. Well, first up, from Houston, Texas, brand strategist, merchandising expert, 10 plus years in fashion, known for driving retail success and shaping standout customer experience, founder of a curated fashion line blending creativity, confidence, cultural rhythm into wearable art, leads a multifaceted lifestyle brand across fashion, events, and property where innovation, style, and vision meet real-world results. Let's welcome to the show, Juana Grant.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Juana. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. Definitely digging your fashion today. And,
Thank you.
And Juana, what is a fun fact that you would like this group to know about you?
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate this opportunity to share my story and my world. A fun fact for me is I've never met a stranger.
Oh, you and my father both. I took him to 3 Mets games over the weekend and he talked to everyone around us. And I'm like, I don't really want to talk to these people, but I had to have conversations with everyone. So I am guessing that's like you want to, everywhere you go, everyone's your friend.
Not necessarily that, but I do have kind of that enlightened and spark where, you know, people attract themselves to me or I attract myself to others. So I do find that that is my special superpower.
All right, Juana superpower, never met a stranger. None of you are strangers to Juana. Juana, are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
I am ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Next up, from New York, journalist turned creative. 10 plus years driving content strategy, audience growth, and cross-platform engagement in lifestyle, travel, and fashion. Built and scaled a global platform and community, curating impactful campaigns, blending cultural depth with market-savvy insight. A visionary storyteller balancing creative innovation with strategic thinking, rooted in a global perspective and real-world results. Let's welcome to the show, Gina Dust.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Hello, Gina. Welcome again to the Heart of Influence. And what is the fun fact that you would love for this group to know about you?
Ooh, a fun fact is that I was born in the sky on a plane, and my birthday was yesterday, so I am a Gemini in the sky.
Gemini in the sky. That is crazy. So how did you come early? Because I know like there's like, you're not supposed to fly after a certain date.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that story is very interesting too.
Oh my goodness. I am dying to. Okay, so tell us, where in the air were you?
We were flying from Frankfurt, Germany to Budapest, Hungary.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Yeah. So it's a 6-hour flight.
And so I'm just fascinated. So I have more questions. And so what happens when you're born on a plane? Like, what do they do? Was there doctors? Like, did the lady, like, wheeling the cart be like, hold on, I can't get your drink. I got to help this lady, have a baby?
Pretty much, right? It's whatever your wildest imagination like is. It happened in the 80s, so the rules were a lot different than they are now. And the way my mom got on the plane was, she argued with the flight attendant that she's not pregnant, she's fat, and they're discriminating. And not to just give away my age, but in 1987, you could kind of push those boundaries.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So you all get to say you met someone who was born on a plane today. That is super crazy. And I come from 2 airline flight attendants. I was born between 2 airlines. So like, I know how crazy this is, and super fascinating. Gina, thank you for giving me that fun fact that I now have met someone that's born on a plane. And are you ready to have some fun?
Oh yes, let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Next up from Houston, Texas, an exceptional event planner creating unforgettable life celebrations for over 8 years, an owner of a distinguished event venue providing perfect setting for hosting remarkable events, also runs a nonprofit empowering the next generation of vital life skills, impacting her entire community by including meaningful programs for both youth and senior citizens. Let's welcome to the show, Brittany Davis.
Hi. Thank you.
Hello, Brittany. Welcome to the Heart of Influence.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for being here. I am curious if you have a fun fact that tops being born on an airplane. But Brittany, could be, something fun that you've done, something cool that you've done, or just something that you're proud of. But Brittany, what would be a fun fact for you that you like to share?
Mine is I actually like jumping out of airplanes.
Oh.
So yes, I like to skydive. I like to ride roller coasters. Anything that gives me a thrill, I enjoy doing.
Wow. And so, Brittany, how many times have you jumped out of a perfectly good airplane?
Perfectly good or just jumped?
It might not have been a great airplane, but I jumped out anyway.
3 times.
3 times. That is exciting. Brittany. Brittany is adventurous and a daredevil. Brittany, are you ready to have some fun?
I am, yes.
All right, let's do it. Next up, coming from Kima, Texas. I don't know if I said that correctly. Kima? I don't even know where that is, but that's exciting. Kima, Texas. A trusted expert in color correction and extensions with a reputation for transforming hair challenges into confident boosting beauty. Pageant and editorial experience, style for major TV shows paired with advanced skills, mentoring a team, making confidence a top priority. Grounded in faith and integrity ensures every guest feels seen, valued, and radiant inside and out. Let's welcome to the show, Ella Phillips. Now, just out of curiosity, because I'm from Texas, where is Kima, Texas?
Kima is between Houston and Galveston. We're right next to NASA, where they have the NASA Space Center.
Gotcha. I do know where
And we're right on the water. There's a boardwalk about a half a mile from my salon. It's a really fun area.
That's amazing. Well, welcome, Ella. And Ella, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact happened recently. My daughter just took her first steps at the Dr. Pepper Museum.
Oh, congratulations.
You know, Texans love their Dr. Pepper.
They do. They do. That is beautiful. Ella, thank you so much for sharing that, and welcome to the Heart of Influence.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Let's go to Houston, Texas. Licensed in Maryland and Texas, blends boutique leadership with big firm precision, specializing in real estate, contract law, and estate planning. A strategic advisor and litigator with oil and gas industry experience, procurement acumen, and small business advocacy. Yoga practitioner and proud mom of 2, builds inclusive, empowering legal solutions rooted in autonomy, clarity, and community connection. Let's welcome to the show and I think I messed up your name.
It's fine. It's fine. Thank
And how do you
you.
pronounce it again?
Ezewanyi. So if you look at it, it's very phonetic. It's just Ezewanyi. You have to be looking at it.
Ezewanyi. Okay.
Yeah.
And my dyslexia like turns all those letters into like something that I'm like, I know she said it and I just don't
I know. Nine letters is a lot for a first name, so I get it.
And Zoe, well, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And what is your fun fact?
My fun fact would be I moved countries by myself when I was 13. By myself sounds funny. I moved to come visit to be with one parent, but I technically flew across the world by myself at 13. So I think that was a little fun. It created a bug, and now I have to travel and leave the country every year just for fun.
Just for fun. Good for you. And where is your next place you're traveling out of the country to?
I'm off to Portugal in 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks.
Off to Portugal in 2 weeks. We'll have some fun on that trip. And as a way, did I say it correct?
You can just call me Z.
Okay, Z. I got that. Z.
You can stick with that.
All right, Z. Are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
I am. Absolutely.
All right,
I'm excited.
Let's do it. And let me introduce the woman that brought us all here together today, coming from the great state of Texas, but in New Jersey right now, co-founded her first company in 2004, growing it to over 10 million in annual revenue within a decade. By 2022, she exited, it neared 40 million annually, fueled by her vision, leadership, and strategic acumen. Faith-driven real estate investor who turned life-altering divorce into a purpose-filled journey, building a diverse portfolio spanning multifamily, student housing, single-family, and retail assets. Co-founded a Christian Women's Unblinded, where she empowers women to scale their business with purpose, guided by Christian values, lifelong learning, and a commitment to lasting transformation. Let's welcome to our show, Miss Shannon Bostic. Shannon, your fun fact for today.
Okay, well, I have 5 grandchildren, 2 grandsons, and 3 granddaughters. And my 3 granddaughters call me Savage Six-Pack Shannon.
Your granddaughters call you Savage Six-Pack Shannon?
Yes, and now they have some of their friends and their friends' parents at church calling me this.
That is funny, but that must be something that you're proud of, because you must have a 6-pack for them to call you Shannon Six-Pack.
I'm trying.
I just said at the gym today, I have a 1-pack. I'm starting to see my 1-pack. So that is awesome, Shannon. Congratulations on all of your beautiful grandchildren who have fun names for you. And grandma's not one of them, apparently.
No.
No, she's like, nope, no grandma over here. No grandma over here. And Shannon, are you ready to have some fun for your show?
Of course, I'm always ready to have fun.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I will introduce myself today. My co-host is not here. And I always share with people is I started selling crafts on my front lawn as an 8-year-old, and I transformed that into a 6-figure business in network marketing. And when I got out of network marketing, I went into commercial real estate. I was the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada for 3 years. I was the first woman ever and the youngest woman ever to do so. Then took those skills, started a sales and training company where in 2019, every sales company that I worked with in 2019 doubled their sales. In 2023, I had a battle with cancer, survived that battle, obviously, because I'm still here today, but it was a huge growth and spiritual journey. And now here today, I have raised nearly $10 million for charity with the Unblinded team. And I have been co-host of The Heart of Influence for 4 years, co-hosting 1,900 episodes with more than 8,000 guests. So I'm super excited to be here with you ladies today. And I'm going to go with the fun fact since we got an airplane theme. Is my fun fact, as I mentioned, to both of my parents did work for Continental Airlines, and I was actually the first baby born between 2 Continental Airlines employees. I have a whole article in the newspaper that they wrote about me. So that is my fun fact for today, Shannon and everyone. And I will share with y'all another fun fact about the airplane that I recently learned, which is interesting, maybe disgusting, but since we're all ladies here, I'm going to share it anyway. I recently learned that flight attendants to clean up the galleyway will take pads from the restroom and put them on the bottom of their shoes and then clean the floors with those. So I recently learned that on an airplane that's how they use pads is to clean the floor. So I thought maybe you ladies would enjoy that fun fact for today.
Fun fact.
Yeah. So now you can walk away. You say, I walked away from the Heart of Influence. And what did you learn on the show? Well, I learned that airline stewardess used maxi pads to clean the floor. But no, that is not what today's show is about. We've had some fun. We've made some introductions, but as I said in the green room is Plato said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. And so we're going to play a super fun game in influence. And you may have been told you're either in a participant role or a judge's role. But on today's show, everybody's going to have the opportunity to be a participant because all business is built on the ability to cause yes. And that's really what this show is about, is to be able to cause yes. And so what this is going to look like is Shannon will be anybody that you want her to be that you would like to go from hello to yes with. So it could be, to have someone come sit in your salon and you want to take them from a redhead to a blonde because you think that they would look better as a blonde. You want to convince them to be a blonde instead. It could be, to let you on the plane when you're 8 months pregnant or 9 months pregnant to let you on the plane. Or it could simply just be a yes for a longer meeting. This is not Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room. This is not like Hard Close. This is just to get that next meeting because you'll have 2 minutes to go from hello to yes on anything that you like. And it could be just a yes that you are seeking in your own business. So Shannon, who are we going to kick it off with today?
Let's go with Ella.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ella. So Ella, who would you like Shannon to be?
Definitely a client for sure.
Okay.
There's so many different ways that could go. We could do where maybe she's interested in hair extensions, or maybe she's interested in buying a product, or it could even be just getting her to rebook an appointment. So,
all right, Shannon has wandered into your salon and needs some help. Shannon, take us in.
Hi. I'm here to talk about seeing about getting something done with my hair, something new, something different.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. It's nice to meet you. My name is Ella. I'm the owner of the hair salon. You can have a seat right here. And then I would proceed to look at her hair, look at her eyes, probably tell her what my—
Have a conversation with her.
You
She's
need
right
to
there.
have the conversation to get me to say.
Okay. So I love your glasses. I think they're so cute. Do you wear those typically every day when you come in or get
Yes.
your hair done or when you're working? Yeah, you do. Okay. So do you wear your hair up or down every day or how does your day, what do you typically wear your hair?
Like this.
Like this? Okay. So what direction were you considering going in with your hair?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, so I would pull out some swatch colors if I was in the salon, and I would hold them up to her eyes, and I would analyze that, and I would say, okay, these colors I think would look really pretty on you. I would even might say that I love her current hair color, and I would look at the texture of it, the health of it, and I would ask her if do you like the length of your hair? Are you possibly wanting to go shorter? Are you wanting longer, thicker hair? I would also ask her how long her hair holds
So,
style.
so Ella, we're not talking in the third person. Like Shannon is there, so it's a role
Okay.
play. So just
Okay.
and we have about
Like I'm
30
your
seconds.
customer.
Yeah, we have about 30 seconds left. So, how would you like to, get her to stay and have that consultation with you?
Okay. Okay. So Shannon, I think your hair is gorgeous. I think all you really need to do is to get your hair done is just do a wash and style for your hair so that it can be beautiful. And then while we're in the appointment, we can talk about what you're wanting. And we can talk about the colors because something like a life change for your hair is something that needs to be talked about faster than 30 seconds. Would you be open to having a style today and getting pampered and having your hair done so that you can leave fabulous and then we can schedule you again and maybe tomorrow or sometime soon?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great job, Ella. We're going to get some feedback from our AI Leia here in just a moment. But Shannon, who's up next?
Let's go with Juana.
Anna, who would you like Shannon to be?
I would like Shannon to be a client that comes into my boutique.
Shannon, you just got your hair done. Now you need a new
Yes,
outfit. You
let's
got to go
go. This is my kind
shopping.
of day.
Yeah. So take us in.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Welcome in. My name is Juana. Your name?
Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. How's it going today?
Good, thank you.
What brings us in?
I mean, I just was walking by and wanted to stop in and see what you have.
Yeah, I'm happy you came by. You came by at a perfect day. So welcome to my store. We are actually just launched a new collection. So we have our immediate pieces and then we have our special pieces that just launched. I'm happy to show you the new launch as well. What's your style? Tell me a little bit about your style?
I like kind of like business professional, but like kind of elevated, not like so stuffy, not like, yeah.
I love that. I love that. So my brand is actually circled around curating kind of a blend of creativity and fashion with kind of a business contemporary feel. So if you look about a 4, I would say, maybe. Okay. So do you have a favorite color in mind?
I usually don't wear that much color. I stick with like creams or
Okay.
blacks or
Okay, well, this is going to be fun. This looks like an area of opportunity for me. So, what I'm happy to do is set you up in a fitting room. I'll get you some champagne if you like. I'll pull some styles together. I'll pull some creams and styles together. I'll pull the new collection, and then I'll pull maybe some pops to color to see how you'll react to that. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay, so let me get you started, and just give me one moment.
I'm on my way to Houston. I want some champagne and shopping too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of us. We are on our way, Juana. Great job. We'll get to the feedback in just a moment. And Shannon, who's next?
Azawani.
Azawani. See, Shannon can get that. Azawani.
I practiced when she told me the first time I did.
Azawani,
Thank you.
who would you like Shannon to be?
She could be a client that's in my office exploring a little blend of my services, estate planning and real estate investments. That's sort of where
That is
I
something
enjoy
Shannon
things.
is familiar with. Shannon, take us in.
Hello, Azawani. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Shannon. It's so good to meet you. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, and I'm looking forward to working with you. And it looks like you've signed up to speak to me about your estate planning needs. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your family.
Well, I'm single. I have 2 children. They're adult children, and I have 5
Okay.
grandchildren.
Awesome. So adult children, you're single, but you're with adult children and grandchildren, you're probably in the space where you're beginning to think about the future for them and how to plan and put things away for them. So I can help you. Definitely, we can talk about the options. Have you explored how you want to plan for your kids in terms of, a will and putting an estate plan in place versus a trust? Have you considered what options are available for you and your family?
I mean, I've thought about it, but I'm not like so familiar with exactly how a trust works and what it does, and what
Okay.
would be most beneficial for me and my family.
Okay. Yeah, it's totally understandable not to understand what works and what's necessary because now the kids are grown, so you're not really focused on thinking about the kids. It's more for the grandchildren and really organizing your assets as well. After a certain while, you've worked for you've worked for most of your life, and now you're thinking of how to put those things away. And we can definitely help you. My team and I work with people in this space where we're thinking of how to strategically plan for the next phase of your life, for your children, for yourself. So tell me, do you have a few investments or some other ways you've put away money into assets?
I do have real estate investments, yes.
Okay.
And I have like other savings, stocks, and insurance.
Fantastic. So here is what a trust or what we can do for you if you don't have one in place yet. With a trust, we get to plan for your children and grandchildren, as I mentioned, which is working with you to have those assets in a package, in a trust, an entity that essentially transfers to your children while protecting your finances and protecting your family estate. Is that something you would like to learn more about?
Yes.
Okay. So what would happen is we'll spend some time and actually sit down with you when we have when we have more time available to plan out what this should look like. Plan it out. We'll consider the age of your grandkids. You mentioned that you had about 3 granddaughters. We can definitely consider what that would look like in terms of how you want to put away money for their college or for when they're a little older. So we will have to set up a time for a strategic planning session after this meeting. Is that something I can put you down for maybe tomorrow or the day after?
Yes, that sounds great.
Sounds fantastic. So we'll schedule something and block out some time so that we can discuss what works best for you and your family and your future. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So good to meet
Great
you.
job, Azawani. A
Yeah.
beautiful job. We're going to get to the feedback. That was not the first time you've done that. I can see why you have success. Phenomenal job. We'll get to the feedback in just a moment. And Shannon, who's next?
Let's go with Brittany.
Brittany, who would you like Shannon to be?
A customer who has inquired about our services.
Okay, and your services are?
Event planning.
Event planning. So, Shannon, you've got your hair done, you have a new outfit, you've got your estate planning. Now you're ready to have an event to celebrate. Take us in.
Hi, Shannon. I received your inquiry on your retirement. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
You're welcome. I just wanted to say congratulations for celebrating such an awesome milestone. How are you feeling about your party?
I'm excited for it. I'm very excited.
Good. So I did notice here you didn't have a color scheme or a theme in mind. What are your favorite colors that we could actually incorporate for your party?
I really kind of like metallics, like rose gold and I don't know other colors, more like rose gold, silver, bronze, more like metallics like that.
Okay, so I can pull together some colors, lay them out, and we could just see which one actually works together and which one would be your vibe for the event. Now, I know that you are retiring. Could you tell me about what you would like to incorporate for the event, what you would like to see? Like the first thing that you walk in, what do you want your guests to be wild about? The wow factor.
I mean, like something specific or just kind of like a
Like overall. So when you walk in, do you want them to see like all of the different things that you've done throughout your retire before you got to retire, or do you prefer more of just like balloons everywhere? You want to focus
yeah.
on the backdrop? Like what is one thing that
Yeah,
you
I don't
want
want
to
it to be, I don't want to, I'm not somebody that's going to splash my stuff everywhere. If
uh
it just like to have fun, like a party atmosphere, fun time like that.
Okay. And what are your three must-haves for the event?
I would like something to be able to take pictures.
Okay.
I would like to have just a lot of balloons, a lot of just flair kind of. If that's
Okay.
what you, and then also I mean, I don't know, are you just the decoration things? Is that what you're talking about? Like
Yes. Yes, just the decor.
um,
So
and just for it to be light and fun, yeah.
okay, so it sounds like you're just pretty much wanting to create an everlasting memory so people can have something to look back on and say that, yes, we were at Shannon's party and it was the party of the year.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
and we can
exactly.
definitely do that with the color scheme that you're going for. So I'll go ahead and prepare a mock-up design for you of all the things that we went over. That way you can confirm, or if you want to add, change, or remove anything during that, we can go ahead and get started on that. And we can get your party started. And the day that you're actually planning to celebrate, we can go ahead and bring that to life. How does that sound?
Sounds fabulous. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'll
We're
go ahead and send
dressed, we got our hair done. Now we're ready to go to a fabulous party. Thank you, Brittany. We'll get to feedback in just a moment. And that takes us to Gina. And Gina, who would you like Shannon to be?
Hi. So mine's a little different. I'd like for
Great.
you to be a subscriber on YouTube
Okay.
because I recently I've been doing what I've been doing for the past 15 years. I built a wonderful brand around my name, What the Deuced. But at the last 4 or 5 years, I've been going through a lot of my own inner child healing, traumatic things, a big breakup, a new baby. And it really kind of retracted me in a lot of ways. So now that I'm reemerging, I've come out with a new YouTube channel that just launched.
Okay, so
And
you have a new YouTube channel and Shannon is a subscriber
right.
and okay, perfect.
I would
Shannon,
like
take
for
us
her
in.
to subscribe.
And what?
I would like for her to subscribe to my channel.
Oh,
Oh,
The,
you're
okay.
gonna
the
okay, you're gonna
audience.
get okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All
Yes,
right,
so you follow
Shannon,
my
take us
journey
in.
blog.
Okay. Hi, Gina. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Welcome to my space. Um, I've been doing this for about 15 years now, and I've built quite a nice following over inspirational content and lifestyle, and growing in New York City. But I have recently um, kind of reemerged with a new platform on YouTube called I Am Gina, where it's a look behind the girl that you know from the brand What the Deuced. And here, I would really love to have more authentic conversations that are not so much edited, not so much polished, but really raw and real and a little messy because I find that there is so much beauty in the breaking. And as I'm unfolding, I'm hoping to share my struggles, my methods, my techniques to kind of help anybody else that's out there become their better self version. So, like I don't know if I would paint you a picture, like, I built this beautiful cliff, this wonderful hill, and things started not being so good for me internally. So I decided to leap off that hill I built. And I feel like a lot of women, especially in the entrepreneur field, can relate where sometimes our biggest strengths come from our failures. And that's where I'm at, and that's what I Am Gina is about. And I would really love for you to come along and give me insight on what you're feeling, how you're doing, and maybe we can vibe. Yeah.
I we have a kind of similar story a little bit, some things in common. I definitely have felt like I'm jumping off that cliff. Yes, I
Really?
would love to. Yeah.
I would love
Uh,
that.
All right, now we're jumping off cliffs. Beautiful job, Gina. And as I said, we will get to the feedback, and I will get to the feedback now. And so we have developed an incredible AI system called Leia. And Leia has taken Sean's formula, that's now the Unblinded formula, on influence. So Sean, the founder of Unblinded, is only one of two attorneys that has two top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016. The only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. He built his first law firm 2 years out of law school when his all of his counterparts at the law firm that he worked with said he was crazy and actually offered him psychological help because no one got to go to work at that law firm and left. They all stayed there. He left. He built his own law firm, sold it 2 years later, then built another 120 person law firm that he has today, where they are number one in the country for medical revenue recovery. Almost collected $1 billion on behalf of medical providers from insurance companies. And now close to, I think it's like 750 million in revenue. And so he developed this formula that we have now trained our AI, that I get the opportunity to share its feedback with all of you on your hello to yes. So, and are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So let's kick it off with Ella went first. And all right, here we go, Ella. And then we'll do a fun little reverse role play because Shannon's got some things that she's been cooking up. So Ella, you came in with radiant warmth, turned into beauty, presence in heart, and holding space like a soul stylist, ready to sculpt magic. You're noticing I love your glasses, and gentle curiosity built early rapport that whispered, I see you. You offered vision, comfort, and choice, the essence of goddess energy entwined with aspirational tones. A few strands, though, tangled in a thread. The ask lacked distinct emotional gravity. The moment craved a lightning bolt of decisive contrast. Is this a self-care microdose, or is this a getaway or a whole new identity? Next time we could swirl in a dash more of Zeus and let your chair become a throne. And with that, a little sparkle, and let's let the shampoo, rinse, repeat towards our next transformation. And Ella, your awe inspirational score is 88 out of 130. Great job. So Ella, how does that feedback land or not? What was your takeaway?
I like it. I like it. I wish I would have chose a different role play. I wish I would have chose her to be more of an investor into my vision for what I see my salon growing as and my brand growing as versus just a client coming in, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I have clients and stuff, but I'm ready to take my business to the next level. So I wish I would have chose an investor in the salons versus a client.
Well, next time you're definitely invited back to the Heart of Influence, and on your next Heart of Influence, then we could definitely do that role play. How does that sound?
That sounds good, because I have a lot more that I can offer for that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ella. And let's go, Juana. So Juana, your feedback, you greeted like a warm breeze through open doors, vibrant, polished, and ready to create an elevated experience. Your energy shimmered with hospitality and style. You mirrored Shannon's language. This is going to be fun. Revealed intuition and connection. The champagne offer, pure aspirational sparkle. You made fashion feel like a celebration. Yet, a bit more texture of emotional rapport would have elevated the blend. We felt the luxury, but we missed the personal stake. Could you weave in a moment and say, I see why you stopped in today? Paint her story, not just her style. Now with the cream, the color, and the contour colliding, let's strut this vibe on our next style icon. And your score was 94 out of 130.
Wow.
For you, Juana.
Okay.
And awesome job, Juana. And how did that resonate or not?
I think that resonated really well with me. I could have did a better job with having that connection, because that's also very, very natural for me as well. But I think I kind of fumbles because of the time restraint. But I definitely will lead more with the personal connection for sure.
Beautiful job, Juana. Great job, Juana. Thank you. And next up, we got Z Azawani.
Got it.
Woo! Azawani. You entered with graceful grounding, composed, heart-centered, and instant presence. Your tone carried the cadence of care, and your quick affirmation of Shannon's family story felt like a gentle bridge into trust. When you mirrored her world, adult children, grandkids, legacy, you brought the goddess energy into full bloom. Your language, strategic planning, protecting your family estate evoked certainty and safety. Still, a spark of emotional depth was left untapped. With dreams driving her legacy, what sits behind those granddaughters' futures? A question of why now would have lit a flame. And now, with trust, treasures, and time machines queued up, let's guide to our next air architect. And your score, Azwani, is 101 out of 130.
Nice.
Nice.
Great job. How does that resonate with you and your takeaway?
Resonates very deeply. I'm working on that.
Beautiful. Anything else that you would like to share with us?
No, not really. I think the experience is good. I'm trying to be more attentive. I'm working in my business to be more attentive to clients that I speak with. And the feedback on the emotional resonance is something that it's very easy for me to go into logic and planning and seriousness. So that's something that I am working on for sure. So it's interesting that Leia, your AI, picked up on that immediately.
That's crazy. Isn't it spooky? It's so crazy.
But yeah,
Awesome.
that is
thank you
as
so
I'm
much
growing my business, that's something that I'm trying to not be so into the business aspect of things, but just the emotional awareness and connection, aspect of things as well.
Beautiful. Well, once you have the business acceleration session with the team, they'll give you the full report and how you can actually and give you the formula to actually attain that. So great job,
Thank you.
Azawani. And now we got Miss Brittany, party planning. You floated in like confetti on the wind, celebratory, intentional, and instantly tuned into Shannon's joy. Your congrats set the tone, and your presence felt like a trusted guide walking her through a vision that hadn't yet imagined. The wow factor, the questions, the must-have elegantly shifted her into co-creation mode, the next level of rapport and emotional alignment. One thread to elevate, while you named the details a deeper why behind the party, was left shimmering just beneath the surface. Could we tug at that thread and ask, what does this moment mean to you? There's where the gold lies. And with that glitter tossed, let's dance into our next dream builder into the heels of rose gold. And your score, Brittany, is 107 out of 130.
Nice.
Great job.
Awesome. Fantastic job, Brittany. And Brittany, your takeaway.
I do agree. I try really hard to connect with the client. Most of the time, also just relate, but pretty much get to know them and why they're wanting to celebrate, which if it's a retirement, of course, because you worked, so long and you just want to be celebrated. But I appreciate the feedback, and I will definitely dig deeper into that subject. Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Brittany. And last but not least, we have Gina. You arrive like a soul lantern, glowing with truth, vulnerability, and magnetic intention. Your words painted more than a welcome. They opened a window into your heart's reformation. Beauty in the breaking and the leap off the hill I built were poetic punches, pure heroic identity in motion. You didn't pitch a platform, you invited a pilgrimage. To stretch that power even further, a dash more structural grounding could have elevated your cliff into a cathedral. Just a touch of present tense clarity. What do you want from your guests now? What would help the leap become a bridge? With the brave unrailing, let's cannonball into the next brave soul, unzipping their armor. So Gina, and your score is 113 out of 130.
Oh.
Thank you, Layla, for seeing me.
Isn't Layla great? And Gina, your takeaway.
I really appreciate that. You know, I haven't found the right words to just really pitch, and I'm just hoping to be myself and get that out there. And I felt like the feedback was it's really helpful, and reminding myself to be a little bit more grounded and using more present like terms and things like that. I appreciate it.
Beautiful. Well, great job, Gina, and congratulations on being our highest score of the day. And as a gift and a thank you, and for doing a great job on behalf of the Heart of Influence and Unblinded, we're going to make a $500 donation to your favorite charity.
Oh my
And
God.
so if you will drop that into the chat, Shannon will make sure that it is captured, or the team will make sure it's captured, and we'll make that donation on behalf of you. And now, Gina and everyone, we get to have a little bit of fun because Shannon gets to do a little reverse role play and put me on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about. So Shannon, what do you have for me today?
Okay, well, because there was so much airplane stuff going on here, and then, I got to go get my hair done, outfit, and party and everything. I think that we need to go on a private jet.
Okay.
So Gina is going to be well, you're an influencer, right? So you're going to be a really famous one that has a private jet, and you need to convince Gina to take all of us to I don't want to say Vegas because I don't really like Vegas. Let's go to the the Grand Canyon is by let's go to Aspen.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yeah,
Okay. So Gina, are you up for this role?
Let's manifest this, guys. Private jet.
Let's do
Going
it.
places.
Let's do it. All right. Ring ring.
Hey.
Hi, is this Gina?
Yeah, this is Gina.
Gina Deuced?
That's me.
Gina, this is Bella Verita. You don't actually know me. We haven't met yet, but I watch all of your stuff on YouTube and Instagram, and what you are putting out into the world is so incredibly inspirational. And I don't know, I know, I want you to know, I know who you are. I know you know who you are and the difference that you are making in the world. And so thank you so much for even taking this call, as busy as you are. And I got a crazy proposal if you've got a couple of minutes. Do you have a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
first of all, thank you for saying yes to someone you have no idea that is just calling you. But we do have a mutual friend in common, Shannon, and she mentioned that you have this private jet that is not always in use. Sometimes it kind of sits around, and is that true?
Yeah. You know, when you called, I figured you must know somebody because my phone number is very private.
Yes.
I'm glad we have the common connect. And thank you so much for following along in my journey. Can I just ask you, like, what drew you in? Like, were you going through something in your life where you felt more connected to seek other, content creators that talk about healing and mental awareness?
Absolutely. I actually have a whole group of women that have been going through some similar changes, some similar life evolvement, as I like to say, coming into our own as crowned women, I like to say. And so I was following your content, and the women and I were talking, and we thought, like, we would really like to get together live somewhere and really meet each other and do some beautiful work together and cultivate relationships. And one of them mentioned, like, wouldn't it be incredible if we got to go on a private jet together? And that was my reach out, because I understand your jet kind of sits there not all the time. And so Gina,
I'm all about luxury wellness, and I love hearing that story. I didn't know there's a group of you women. Shannon's right. It does kind of sit there from time to time. And all that maintenance fee, I don't know. It's still, so I would love to be able to contribute to this in some way and possibly even meet you guys. Maybe we can do this together.
Well, maybe we could do this together. So Gina, Are you open to having a bit of a longer conversation then on how we can grab this group of women together, take a ride on your private jet, and go to somewhere maybe really inspirational like Aspen? How would that resonate with you or not?
Yes, let's make this meaningful.
Let's make this meaningful. Let's do it. Gina, Shannon, I think we are headed to Aspen. And so, Shannon, since you set that scenario, how was that for you? And anything that you, while I'm pulling up my feedback, anything that you would like these ladies to know in your final, since you invited them all here?
I mean, I think y'all did great. I think that Bella, you always do great, right? With talking to people. I'm just I really am grateful and thankful that y'all all agreed to be on here. I really am looking forward to us to be able to connect and do, something more together. And just thank you. And I really have enjoyed getting to know each of you and your different personalities.
Beautiful. Well, Shannon, and I will say into Shannon, it is not easy to reach out to a bunch of people that you do not know and bring them together for something like this. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of self-mastery to overcome the fear of the 10,000-pound phone and make the invite. So Shannon, absolutely extraordinary job on bringing this extraordinary group together. And Shannon, should I share my feedback?
Yes.
All right. This is what Alea had to say. You soared like velvet thunder, bold, reverent, and infused with goddess-level intention. The line, I know who you are, I know you know who you are, was pure diamond. I might have taken that line from Sean. He says that often. I modeled it. Instant emotional rapport wrapped in unapologetic truth. You honored Gina's identity before ever naming your ask. When you did, it shimmered with sheer purpose, not agenda. One refinement, the transition from admiration to jet proposal wobbled slightly. A softer bridge or emotional anchor might have made the leap feel like a divine timing, not sudden turbulence, but the reflame landed with grace. With that, champagne chilled, a flight path cleared. Let's jet set into our next soul-led, yes, 122 out of 130. So thank you, Leah. Thank you all for being here today. Hopefully you had some fun. This is our first introduction to each other. The next steps, there are some gifts for you in the chat. Definitely download those. One is a group influence book. That's what we did here today. We caused influence with the group. And next is that business acceleration session. Absolutely take the business acceleration session because you'll not only get this feedback that our AI gave you here today, but it'll do a whole proposal for you in your business acceleration as well, using the unblinded formula, something that we do as a gift for saying thank you for being here with us today. And Shannon, again, absolutely phenomenal job. And on behalf of Unblinded, Sean Callaghy, Shannon, and the entire Unblinded team, thank you all for being here. And we always like to end the show by saying sometimes we're all blind to what is right in front of us, and we're just learning to see. Have a phenomenal day, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.